Okay, so I've been able to articulate my thought. I'll be a lot more coherent about this Japa thing. So, me, first of all, I believe life is what works for you and how it works for you, what gives you satisfaction, what you derive joy from, what gives you happiness, what gives you that your liberty, what gives you your freedom, what makes you happy. That is what I think, to me, is the definition of life. That to me is what I think is the definition of life. The founding fathers of America, they will say to you, you have the right to your life. Your life, you have the right to your life. Once you have the right to your life, you have the right to live freely. Once you have the right to your life and you have the right to live freely, then you now have the right for the pursuit of what makes you happy, personal happiness and liberty. So that to me sums up life. Like, at every point of my life, I should not have to be enduring a circumstance that I knowingly or unknowingly got myself into. Do you understand? I should be optimal at every time. I should be upbeat. I should be happy. I should do what works for me. I should do what gives me joy. I should do what keeps me, thriving. I shouldn't be subject to punishment of somebody's opinion, or somebody's decision for me, or my decision for myself, or societal dictates. Do you understand? So that is the foundation I'll be building this Japa series on. So now we have people that have Japa from Nigeria. First of all, most of the people that Japan on educational basis for their master's degree, they were subsidized because they got dollar at CBN rate, cheaper rate. So that's topic for another day. It's like the whole country put them on scholarship, sponsor them to go and study abroad, because the country subsidized dollar for them. Do you understand? But that era now is gone, because that era is gone. So it has reduced somehow. The Japa syndrome has kind of normalized, or it has kind of stabilized, or it has kind of been reduced since the dollar rate now has been flat rate. Everybody access dollar at a flat rate. Not that because you are going for education, you now go and get dollar from CBN at 400, and in the market they are selling dollar at 1,000. So we are paying 600 for you to go and study abroad. So that's another topic for another day. We are still going to discuss about that. But we're now talking of Japa in the aspect of how it affects us. Okay, brain drain, national brain drain, and all of that. But the socio-economic impact, the psychological impact on the individuals themselves, nobody is talking about it. People that Japa, what kind of life do they have abroad? Were they prepared for the life abroad? The change of, the change of environment, the change of the general change of environment, the change of psychology, the change of what you were expecting versus what you met, how your change of orientation, how those country work from how our own country work. Were you prepared for that culture shock? So we are beginning to have a lot of this discourse on social media spaces, where some people now are beginning to be bold to start coming out to tell people that if you have what you are doing in Nigeria, you see, some people are now saying it that Japa should be like when you are totally hopeless, when you are totally hopeless in Nigeria. And I don't think for any youth in Nigeria will get to that point of complete hopelessness. I just think is a rave of the moment that people just jump on the bandwagon and think, okay, the country is completely hopeless and let us all japa. So some people are beginning to come out to say, if you have what you are doing in Nigeria, you have something you can rely on, that okay, no matter how bad it is, you have this going for you. You have a place to put your head. You have food to eat. You have a prospect that tomorrow will be better. It's not as bad. It's not as bad in the country, but people paint it that it's that terrible, so they have to japa. So, but people abroad now are now painting it that, look, if you have what you are doing here, you can sustain yourself, you can eat 3 square meal, you have a bed, a roof over your head, you have family to look after, to socialize with, you have community to interact with, and everything. That you don't have to japa. People are coming out to say how long they have to work in the cold, how many hours they have to work, that they are working all their lives, that is like they are working their life away, that that is not encouraging, that you don't have to come, that they are there, it seems like they are there, they are stuck there, that is like they don't want to come back home because of the shame and the stigma, this, that. And some people in Nigeria here are saying, okay, if you are saying it's that bad there, you come and feel the heat here in Nigeria and let us go, let us exchange, come back. So the discord, the bass blows left and right is just so high. People that are not in it want to get into it. People that are into it want to get out of it. So it's just life. So it is now human dependent. What you personally believe, sit down, think for yourself. Don't let anybody think for you. What will give you joy? What will give you happiness? What will give you satisfaction? And don't forget that some decisions you will make, when you take those decisions, it will be difficult for you to want to undo those decisions. But it is enough strength if you have taken a decision and you feel it's a wrong decision and you want to undo it. Man, I salute your courage and your strength of saying, okay, I took this decision and I found out in the long run it was not in my best interest and I want to undo that decision. So if you are in Nigeria, you felt you should have traveled and you still have the means to travel, by all means, please travel abroad. And if you are travel abroad and you feel, oh, it's a wrong decision, you feel, okay, you were doing better at home and you want to summon up the willpower, summon up the courage, pack your things, come back. See, success is not a function of location. Yes, some locations can enhance your productivity, they can enhance and they can dictate a form of way you live your life. But it's not like people that Japa, it's not like 100% of everybody that Japa are the people that made it abroad. There are some people that it's difficult for them abroad. There are some people that as they traveled, they made it. Some people as they traveled, they became poorer. Some people as they traveled, they became richer. A friend of mine used to say, a lizard in Nigeria is still going to be a lizard in London. Because you are a lizard in Nigeria now does not mean when you go to London you now turn to a big crocodile. No. If you are a big crocodile in Nigeria, when you go to London, that your OT, you still be a big crocodile in London. But you cannot say you are a lizard in Nigeria, so when you go to London, London is now going to make you a big alligator. That is setting yourself up for failure. That is setting yourself up for failure. And a lot of these failures abound, but they will not want to talk about it. They will not want to come out with it. They want to live with that decision. Just like in Nigeria, we have people that are doing well. We have people that are doing well abroad. So it is now left for you to calm down, decide what pays you. You have only one life. We are living only one life. It's one life we are living. You have to optimize the life you are living. You have to make the best of the life you are living. We have people in Nigeria that draw in foreign remittance. They work for companies abroad, and those companies abroad pay them in hard currencies, in pounds, in dollars, in euro. They pay them in Nigeria, and once they exchange those currencies in Nigeria, the money is like, that's like the best form of living I can even imagine, other than even traveling abroad. Do you understand? So it's just different strokes for different folks. It's what works best for you. You should not be caught in a wind rush. You should not be caught in a crossfire bandwagon effect. You should not run from frying pan to fire. You should not be dilly-dallying, jumping about, looking. You always think the grass is greener on the other side, but you don't know what that other side is like until you know. So these are issues of national discourse that we need the dons, the professors in institutes of social science institutes, social science colleges. We need the professors, the dons. We need them to come out and start talking on these issues. These are national discourses that affect the human well-being of the citizens. So I'll still be talking about, see, look, if you want to Japa, make sure you have all your facts. Make sure you are empowered enough to Japa. Make sure you know what you are going to do. Don't just go there. There was an embarrassing video of a man that in Heathrow Airport, he was with only 300 pounds and the immigration there was questioning him. The video was so embarrassing. The guy didn't even know why he was there in the first place. It was so embarrassing. He didn't have enough funds on him to be there. The policewoman really embarrassed this guy and I was really ashamed. I was ashamed. So it's just different strokes for different folks. I'll bring the more topical issues on this Japa talk